Here at the Met Office, we only issue red weather warnings when we think there is a threat to life from the weather. And we put one out on Thursday morning because Storm Eunice is really packing a punch during Friday. Thursday saw a scattering of showers across Scotland, the cloud increasing further south. That is the first sign of Storm Eunice approaching. And this double-headed structure in the satellite image is a sure sign of that storm intensifying, and it really is picking up pace as it approaches Ireland. The isobars popping out of the middle of it, really developing rapidly, this storm, and it's particularly this squeeze in the isobars that we're concerned about, barreling towards South Wales and southwest England, likely to bring damaging gusts of winds. But it's going to be a very windy day for a large part of the country. We are likely to see significant disruption from Storm Eunice, spreading the cloud in through Thursday evening. Ahead of it, clear skies across northeast Scotland. Could allow temperatures to drop well below freezing, but temperatures picking up in the south overnight as the wet weather moves in. Heavy snowfall for a time across Northern Ireland and increasingly Northern England, mostly over hills here, but into southern and central Scotland, some significant snowfall also likely. As I said, as the winds pick up and the rain moves in, temperatures will rise through the night, but we will see a frost in northern Scotland. But the greatest cause for concern from Storm Eunice is the strength of the wind, particularly first thing on Friday morning. So here's the storm system moving in. This is the gust graphic. The pale pink, the lighter shade of pink, that's gusts of 50 to 60 miles an hour. Each darker shade of pink, an extra 10 miles an hour. So we are going to see these very strong winds, particularly across England and Wales during the course of the day. Let's go through that again, but slightly slower. So as the storm system approaches, look at the clock in the top of the screen there, 4 o'clock in the morning, the worst of the winds, probably these dark pink colours there, just approaching Pembrokeshire, the north coast of Devon and Cornwall through the early hours and pushing a significant storm surge up through the Bristol Channel. So this is 9 o'clock in the morning. Rush hour across South Wales, southwest England, some really nasty conditions, but also those gusts getting very strong right along the south coast. Fast forward a few hours, those strong winds transferring up across North Wales into northwest England, and also notice East Anglia and the southeast. Don't often inland get these kind of gusts of 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, but a distinct possibility during Friday, especially around the middle part of the day. And then in the afternoon, the strongest winds transferring across eastern parts of England before the storm heads out into the North Sea. So we're going to see that transfer of those strongest winds through the day from west to east. So Storm Eunice is bringing those strong winds, as we've seen, but also likely to bring some snow, especially on its leading edge. So let's break down those weather warnings. Already mentioned that red warning, a rare red warning for parts of the southwest. The gusts here through the morning, 70, 80, 90 miles an hour, perhaps more on some of those exposed coasts through South Wales and the north coast of Devon and Cornwall up through the Bristol Channel. Significant waves, a storm surge, that's where the whole of the sea gets lifted up. So the real threat of coastal flooding and the danger to life. Please do not go out if you're in that red warning area unless you absolutely have to. Consider your travel plans even in the amber area as well, because as we've seen through the day, those gusts are going to extend across pretty much all of England and Wales, gusts 50, 60, at times maybe 70 miles an hour, and again around coasts maybe 80 miles an hour, particularly in the northwest around the middle part of the day. Travel and power disruption highly likely in this zone. We then have a yellow wind warning across parts of northern England, but also a snow warning across Northern Ireland and parts of Scotland away from the coast. Hard to say exactly how much, depends on the exact track, but a few centimetres likely even at low levels and easily over the hills of southern and eastern Scotland, 20 centimetres. Blowing around, of course, with the strong winds. That means blizzards, so some pretty treacherous travelling conditions, particularly on some of those higher routes, the A9, for example, across parts of Scotland during Friday afternoon. Let's look at the weather then. You can see the swirl. That is Storm Eunice taking the wet weather across northern England into southern Scotland, up into eastern Scotland. Lots of snow falling here. Again, mostly over the hills, but some to lower levels. And then we'll see bands of showers working across northern England and Wales. Actually, much of the south looking quite bright through Friday afternoon, but it will still be blustery as those strong winds. You can see that swirl there. That's the storm moving out into the North Sea by the end of Friday. Following on behind that, there will be lots of showers, and it's cold air as well. Temperatures tomorrow morning, temperatures on Friday morning may reach 10 or 11 Celsius, but through the afternoon, those strong winds bringing significant wind chills. It's going to feel cold with that gusty wind, which will only slowly continue to ease during Friday evening. More wintry showers coming into the northwest, so we could see some more snow to low levels from northern England, Northern Ireland and Scotland. There'll be showers, so there'll be hit and miss, but we could see some further issues with that. It might turn icy as well as we head into the weekend. And then look at this little curl of wet weather swinging in across England and Wales on Saturday. That could have some snow mixed into it, particularly for Wales, northern England and parts of the Midlands. Again, it looks mostly like it's going to be over high ground. We could see some coming to lower levels as well. And more heavy rain and gusty winds come the afternoon across parts of the south. So yes, units out of the way on Friday, but still the likelihood of potentially disruptive weather throughout this weekend. That little feature zipping through quite quickly on Saturday. There's Eunice. That storm disappears. Then there's that feature for Saturday, and it's followed hot on the heels by another deep area of low pressure. The low itself to the north this time, but a tangle of weather fronts, tightly packed isobars, another spell of wet and windy weather for Sunday coming in. So yes, although Eunice is out of the way by the end of Friday, the weekend promises potential for further disruption with more strong winds, further spells of heavy rain, and the potential for more snow in places also. Please keep up to date with the very latest. The warnings are constantly being monitored. We're 24/7 here in the Met Office, and you can see those warnings for yourself. Download the app, visit our website, and make sure you stay across everything by following us on social media.